This week on PTL, we listen in on the pros, look forward to the quarterfinals, and go back and forth in this or that. Get ready, Chicago. Primetime League starts right now.
Albus Knox from the CIS, from the LCL. They are doing what no wildcard team has done before.
Triple kill for Forgiven, and it looks like H2K will seal the deal.
Samsung Galaxy, top Group D at Worlds 2016.
Hello and welcome to Primetime League. I'm Rivington Bisson III, along with David Freak Turley, Trevor Quickshot Henry, and Mitch Kreppel Vorspools. Gentlemen, it's hard to believe 2 weeks of Worlds has already gone by us. Now we're in Chicago for some quarterfinals.
We have 3 more weeks of Worlds. It's going to be great. Only 40% done. I'm excited for some top 8.
I'm super stoked. Chicago for all the quarterfinals, seeing those 2 halves of the bracket play out. It's pretty lopsided in my opinion, but I think that makes it more interesting and more exciting once we see the games play out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Riv. I'm just here for deep dish pizza.
Fair enough. At least we have honesty here at the chairs. With the end of the group stage and our quarterfinals now coming up, the groups have been locked. We've got Cloud9 versus Samsung Galaxy this Thursday, SK Telecom T1 versus Royal Never Give Up on Friday, with the Rocks Tigers versus Edward Gaming starting on Saturday, and finally, Albus Knox Luna and H2K will clash and wrap things up on Sunday. We'll talk a little bit about this, but not too deep because we got to go into the games.
As you mentioned, Trevor, lopsided bracket, North America and European LCS, obviously 2 powerhouse regions at Worlds.
Not quite what I meant.
On the same side, so free road for Cena into the finals, no big problem.
Freak, by that logic, Albus Knox are going to take down the 2 biggest regions at Worlds. LCL, CIS representing. I'm excited to see what they do.
Everybody's talking about how happy H2K and C9 are with the side of the bracket, but I think Samsung Galaxy is honestly the happiest team out there. They're more likely to make it all the way to the finals. Still need to see if somebody can upset the Korea versus Korea final dream.
And could that somebody be, let's talk about it for a second, Albus Knox Luna from the LCL. These guys, a wildcard team has never made it to the top 8.
Right, and that makes it an incredible showing. Like, that's a really big deal. They took out their #1 EU LCS team, G2. They even took a game off Rocks Tigers, who were the tournament favorite in the group stage, so good on them. Yeah, they beat CLG as well, but that wasn't as hard. CLG was not expected to do that well, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's reasonable. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, right, if Albus Knox could beat #1 in EU, which is G2, they can beat the #3 team in EU, which is H2K. Like, that is realistically possible for a top 4 from the team that was power ranked 15th or 16th in the tournament.
Yeah, we are moving into best of 5, so I think that's where some of their weaknesses will show up, but they've still made history. They can leave the tournament with head held high if they fail here, but they have a realistic chance of making it out still, because they just bring their own style to the games. They weren't handed over any victories, they claimed them themselves, and more importantly, they made League of Legends fun again with great combos like the Poppy and Nivea, and they're just a super fun team to watch. So I can't wait for whatever extra special strategy they got prepared.
It really is a fairy tale story for them, except it's a kind of a choose your own adventure. They're still writing it, they can sign off, so we'll see how they do. So now let's take a moment to step back, suit up, and listen into the comms from week 2 of Worlds and our latest episode of Mic Check.
I hate when Chris stays 5 minutes next to me. He's like, it's gonna be okay, alright? Hey, are you okay? Hey, maybe you need something, you need a tissue?
Sleep inside the eye of your mind. You know you might find 세상에 비어감당 2명인데 그 믿어봐 어떻게 2명이나 너 믿어봐 I got the pen I got pineapple Какие меня могут pineapple pen Блять, вот это сука народ pineapple apple pen
혹시 이번에는?
나 있어
니달리 들어왔고 니달리 노플
니달리 잡았어 나이스
나 잡았어
이거
쉐라 호미야 오달리지 리즈
Я отслышал, Райс меня увинить пошел.
Дефу мид, бля, я дам иду. Здесь ТП. Иду к стажеру, стажер, ты ко мне можешь добежать? Стажер. Заставил, все, съебуй, стажер, я тебя не могу сильнее вывести.
Я вышел.
Окей, вышел.
新 W 小心，前面有 W， 不能，可以啊。빼봤다.
One Poppy. Snare 3, 2,
I can speed you guys up. I can kill here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it. I'm chasing.
Commit.
Just commit. Yeah, just commit.
We can chase.
Chase.
I ult.
I'll take it.
Receive it.
Rek'Sai.
Kill Rek'Sai is more
Rek'Sai.
important. He will take this down here. Okay, go push mid. We cannot dash, I think, because they have Rek'Sai a lot.
I'm speeding you, Peter.
1.5.
Rumble out, guys.
Rumble.
3, 2.
Jin, he's 1 HP.
Peter.
Jin's 1 HP. I go for Rumble.
Look at Jin.
Rumble slow.
Go.
Jin.
2.
Nice.
Push it. Let's go back.
끝나게 해야 돼. 게임 안 끝나게.
바론 줘.
죽지 마요.
나이스.
You can just start.
Okay, just do it.
He's smart. Just
I
do
go
it.
mid. I go mid to zone here. I go mid to zone.
Yeah, then I Nice to go first.
No.
Best.
Okay, push.
What HP?
Lee's not here. All is there.
량젠 나이스. 나이스. 가이. 오늘 배. 롱보드 휘어요. 가이. 나이스.
I go with Rice. We can go.
Yeah.
Go. Go
Let's
cannon.
slow them.
They're all low.
I go dual back. We go dual back. Kite. We can win though.
Kite.
Yes. They're all low.
I got Nash. I got Drake.
I spit kite.
Malzar. Poppy.
We can keep fighting.
Go. Go, okay.
I got them. Come in.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Nexus. Блять, я не добью.
Keep with the butte.
Я держу.
All right, gentlemen, let's start to break down some of the quarterfinal matches. We're into the best of fives now, and Cloud9 versus Samsung Galaxy is going to be the first match on the docket. Starts Thursday. How are we feeling about this?
I think it's a tough road for C9. I think legitimately every single quarterfinal is winnable by any single team. C9 Samsung, if Samsung plays like they did in week 2 of the group stage, they are, I think, a top 2 team at Worlds. Not even just considering the bracket, I think they're a top 2 team at Worlds.
Okay.
So if that form holds up, C9 are super screwed. But I talked to VODS after the games, and he said we did not play as well as we normally did during group stage. Like, something was wrong. Hopefully they are able to recover. It's a pretty quick turnaround. Those were the last 2 groups to end and the first 2 teams to play here in quarters. So there's very little time to change how well you do play. But if C9 comes back to form and Samsung plays like they did in the Korean playoffs, I think that's actually a closer match for C9.
But before we dive into the specifics of the matchup, we need to look at how these teams got here. And Samsung, they got out of a very tough group with Def, and they made it out honestly convincingly, especially in week 2, as opposed to C9, who barely scraped by. So in that sense alone, I definitely agree. Samsung Galaxy, maybe not in top 2, depending on how the tournament scales, but definitely top 3 team at Worlds for me. So I'm, getting a little afraid for the American Pie.
You look at the whole group. You talk about the group of death. The 3 fastest games and fastest wins of the entire Worlds tournament so far was from the same group. It started with RNG smashing Splice, and then the following week, Samsung Galaxy beat 2 consecutive fastest games. They were so dominant. They were so strong. I think it's an uphill battle. And then you look at Cloud9, and they had the ridiculous 70-minute game against Flash Wolves. They ended up, taking the tiebreaker the following week. That was 50-ish minutes. The mid to late game is just not good for Cloud9. So all of the chips are stacked in Samsung Galaxy's favor, and it makes it very tough. But there is a part of you that goes, Cloud9 could still do it. They could still get better and find some magic, which is kind of weird, right? Because we're so heavily favoring Samsung.
But they would have to surprise, because if you look at the matchups, I don't think there's a single winning matchup really on the side of C9. We could go over them all, but one that I'm really looking forward to is the one in the mid lane with Brown, especially if we take a look at mid lane meta game. The likes of Aurelion Sol, Syndra, taken off the board usually all the time, which means you end up in a very Ryze versus Victor meta. Jensen has lost both sides of that matchup in week 2, and Crown has shown that he's probably the best Victor at the tournament. That alone gives way more edge in pick and ban for Samsung.
And it's worth specifically pointing out that in the group stage, Crown, the mid laner for Samsung, absolutely smashed Bjergsen, who is unequivocally a better player right now than Jensen is. So if you smash someone who's better than you, you're also probably going to get smashed afterwards. So, that's an important thing to note. And talking about Samsung as a team, right? You mentioned that they have 2 of the very fastest game at Worlds, and they're normally a team that excels playing the mid to late game, playing 40-minute battles. That's what their bread and butter had been throughout the Korean season, which is going to be a strength against C9, who wins mid to late game, but not as good as Samsung, right? So, the stack rank of strengths does seem to line up so well for Samsung Galaxy, but the point that always matters is how well you play on the day, and that is always a chance for Cena to take the
Final
upset.
thoughts before I make you choose?
Oh, I just definitely want to look at top lane as well and say that, like, while Impact is really good even without much attention, I think QV is so strong to hold his own. Like, everyone on Samsung, I feel, is like a solid, constant player. Ambition hasn't really had too high highs and too low lows in the tournament. QV can definitely hold his own against Impact in the top lane. And then C9 will likely have to rely on smoothly roaming again, but they're playing against a very, like, lane-dominant bot lane, at least that picks for a laning phase. So in that sense, it's going to be rough for C9 to do anything. But best of fives, you never know.
You never know. Well, you've kind of voted already from what I've heard. Maybe it'll change. Crepo, we'll start with you. Who's going to take this match? Samsung Galaxy or Cloud9?
Talked too much already, Samsung Galaxy.
Trevor?
I think that if Cloud9 are going to win, and there's a lot of mid lane bans, then it's going to be up to Impact. But I'm going to say my head is telling me Samsung Galaxy is going to win the series.
Freak?
Yeah, pipe in the crowd noise from last week where everyone said not NA teams as well. Sorry, home crowd, but I think Samsung Galaxy definitely the favorite. There's a chance for C9, but it's unlikely.
All right. Well, while we wait to see if these guys know what they're talking about, let's see if you guys knew the pro. All right, here at Worlds, there are only a few pro players left. That should have made it all the more easy for you to guess this week's Know the Pro. On Tuesday, we tweeted out a glimpse of someone from the final 8 teams. And if you had guessed it was H2K's jungler Jankos, then you would have been correct. Jankos and the rest of H2K surprised everyone by going 4-0 in Week 2 and earning the #1 spot in Group C. Jankos managed to do it with a 5.33 KDA, 73.6 kill participation, and a 100% first blood kill participation. Spicy. Now, Jankos and his H2K brothers will take on Albus Nox Luna in the quarterfinals. That's H2 what? H2 looking to make the semifinals, that's what. All right, gentlemen, so we've heard what you had to say about the first quarterfinal. Some liked it, some didn't. They'll let you know on Twitter. We got to move to the next quarterfinal. It is going to be SKT versus Royal Never Give Up, an amazing quarterfinal matchup. Some would say a finals early.
A finals early? I mean, it was a final, right?
Exactly.
A few years back. I don't know. I think SKT also have to be the favorites here. You know, you look at both teams. There's question marks around both, but there are significantly bigger question marks around RNG. They have looked abysmal and they have looked phenomenal, but only against Team Solo Mid. If you look at the 2 wins against TSM, they looked pretty good, they looked pretty concise, they were on the same page, they're working as a unit, but then you look at the other 4 games that RNG played, and I think there's significant weaknesses that SKT can punish. Even though SKT are not firing necessarily on all cylinders, I still think they have exactly what it takes to take down RNG, who have looked lost and have made questionable decisions.
I think it's interesting. I agree. SKT are our favorites here. You know, I said that Samsung Galaxy may be like the #2 team at Worlds. SKT would be the #1 in that case. There's a point I want to bring up as a hypothetical about Royal Never Give Up. You mentioned that they were really good against TSM. I saw a fan theory that Royal said, okay, we're going to lose to Samsung, no big deal, but we're going to tunnel on TSM and make sure we can beat them. And they spent all their Worlds prep making sure they could beat TSM. If that's true, and they're able to dedicate those same resources to tunneling on SKT and like learn how to counter
In a
them.
short space of time.
I'm just very like if you're gonna make the logical leap, that's why they look so good against TSM and no one else, that like at least is logically consistent, they could do that again against SKT.
The problem with that argument, though, is that SKT, as a team, historically has been great in a week-to-week adaptation within international tournaments. The fewer opponents they have to prep for, the better their prep gets, and they come out really prepared. And then combining that with the fact that RNG in best of 5 seems rather inflexible, especially MLXG is a player that doesn't really adapt too much in best of 5s, in my opinion, from watching them in the LPL. It seems that the farther the series will go, the more clear-cut the victories will get for SKT. And that's something we've seen historically as well at IEMs, where SKT maybe
they adapt very well.
They play a slow game 1, everyone's like, oh, there's hope. Game 2 is a little less close, and game 3 is an absolute
they get
smashing.
And the thing is, if you look at all the groups, I feel like SKT made less blunders in picks and bans than many other teams. You know, one of the narratives that we had a lot is like, why did you pick this? Why didn't you ban this? I feel that discussion did not happen around SKT, but I heard it around RNG. So not only have you got these like sort of player mismatches, I feel like SKT have got a much better grasp of how to get advantages from picks and bans. And that I think can really hurt RNG, especially when you look at some of the matchups. I think like Faker in the mid lane.
Yeah.
He's playing phenomenally.
Right.
Yep.
If he gets another advantage, and we've seen how heavily mid laners can swing matchups.
Right.
That's just the way in for SKT.
Exactly. I think individual player for player, I think 4 of the 5 are very close. Looper Duke, both excellent, right? You've got Bangy or Blank versus MLXG, both have been okay, right?
Yep.
Uzi versus Bang, oh,
The whole bottom lane is explosive.
great at League of Legends, Mata and Wolf based on form, right?
Yep.
But Xiaohu is not playing very well. I thought his Aurelion Sol was pretty good. I think there are some picks here for him that can stand up, but
Okay.
Faker has been playing 99% of the time much better than him, and as you mentioned, mid lane's pretty important.
Yep.
I think that's a huge wedge for the game for SKT.
All right, gentlemen, it's time to put up the vote. Trevor, we started with you. What's your first vote?
No surprise. I think it's going to be SK Telecom taking this 3-1. They'll drop a game to RNG.
All right. Go down the line.
South Korea's number 2 seed, SK Telecom T1, 3-1.
Crepo. Final vote?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow with SKT here. More importantly, because RNG's like strength to really win best of 5s used to be late game team fighting, but in the later stages, SKT was just so beautiful at warding off flanks and playing together as a team. So it's gonna be SKT. I would almost go as far as saying 3-0.
As well, I mean, I don't even vote here. I think it's going to be SKT too, but still an explosive matchup that's going to be amazing to watch. And now, through the magic of editing, we're all going to disappear, and Freak is going to serve us up some Twitter.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Twitter segment of PTL, where you guys win fabulous prizes. It's gonna be awesome. So last week it was asked of you to tell us which player would die the most during week 2 of the group stage, and for the Hall of Fame, how many deaths would that player accrue? Well, it was INTZ support Jockster who died 17 times. Ouch, I know, he gets an F for effort with that one, but thankfully 20 of you passed the test and guessed Jockster correctly, so congratulations for getting the question right. But 2 of you, or I should say, and 2 of you went above and beyond and got that S+ and guessed the 17 deaths. Awesome, you're joining not only some prestigious company in the PTO Hall of Fame, but also each earning a free skin code. At Niels133 and JesusZ_Z, or Jesus, however you pronounce it, I don't know. But again, props to you two for being so incredibly wonderful. But now we're moving on to the quarterfinals of Worlds, and our question needs to be suitably epic. How about epic monsters? Maybe an Elder Dragon. Sounds good. Tell us which team will kill the most Elder Dragons during the quarterfinal. And for the Hall of Fame question, how many Elder Dragons will that team kill? I'm going to say Rocks Tigers with 2. You guys send your own answers to @LevelEsports. Use the hashtag PTL, and maybe you can also win. Good luck.
And now we welcome Freak back from Twitter as we jump into our next quarterfinal matchup. It's between Rocks Tigers and Edward Gaming, both favorites coming into the tournament, but have not shown like they should be the favorites. Freak, what are you thinking?
Absolutely agree, right? Both these teams lost to international wildcard qualifier squads. EDT didn't even get top in their group. They got 2-1 by H2K overall. Like, neither team is playing, and the results show, like they were domestically. I think both these teams look quite a bit weaker. I still think Rocks overall looks better, so I think they're the favorites, but yeah, neither team really looks 100%.
No, definitely not. I mean, the world's best player, Smeb, did not look like the world's best player.
That's very true.
And I was very shocked by that. On the same token, EDG were meant to be the strongest team China has ever produced in the history of League of Legends. And as a team, they simply just kind of fell apart.
And that's more because EDG domestically just looked so solid. They look very constant, and that's something we're not used to seeing from the LPL teams. Like, sometimes they came out swinging, sometimes they looked really strong in some matches but weak in others. EDG went undefeated in their regular season right there, and then they had a solid performance in playoffs. Right now, they lost to H2K multiple times, and H2K right now isn't even considered the top 3 teams at Worlds, and coming to the tournament, EDG was.
For me, EDG is like very, very bottom focused in the games that they have played and won.
For me, it boils down to EDG as well. Their strengths in the playoffs was also using globals. They had a very bot-centric view on the game. They had utility in the top lane. They played a lot of roaming and globals, and then they went to the bot lane. But then they played against AHQ playing those same globals, and they forgot how to play against it. So they're not even using the things that they're strong at and learning how to counter it when enemies use that same strategy against them, showing that they're very inflexible during Worlds, and it's kind of disappointing because we had such high hopes for them, and they disappointed. On the bright side, LPL teams are learning to disappoint less. Like, they're not a complete collapse like LGD.
Yeah.
There's only a minor disappointment. Maybe next year they won't even disappoint anymore at all.
Well, I think there is some bright spots, though, for EDG, specifically in their matchup against Rocks Tigers. Edward Gaming, a very bot lane focused team. They want to try to get depth ahead. Mako's very good, right? And you know Clearlift can do very well. Rocks Tigers have had an abysmal early game here at Worlds. They've been repeatedly blasted in the first 15 to 20. Their jungler, Peanut, has a great KDA. He's got great farm numbers, but he's not getting anything done in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. Yeah. And that is an easy spot for EDG to strike at. I think they can reliably get advantages there by winning bot lane, by having Clearly get some ganks off. And if they have a strong early game, I think they can close it out from there. EDG aren't throwing leads away. So matchup-wise, as far as like finding a pool one team to fight against, Edward Gaming drew potentially the best opponent they could have after getting second in their group. And I think they have a good shot at actually just blasting the first 15 minutes and then holding on until it ends.
All right, so I'm going to start with you. I'll put you in the hot seat. Freak on the seat. What's your vote for the game?
I think it's super close, honestly. I'm still a little undecided. Making the choice, I'm going to say Rocks Tigers is the overall favorite, but I think this is the closest of the 4 quarterfinals.
I'm inclined to agree. It's actually tough being put on the spot to make the decision. I think EDG actually have a bigger chance of winning this one if Smeb continues to underperform and they can cover for their weakness. I'm still going to say Rocks Tigers right now.
Pansy.
I'm still going to say Rock Tigers right now, but it's like 55-45. And I might change my opinion on Pick'ems because I've got a couple of those still to decide.
Wow. Crepo, how are you feeling?
Personally, don't think it's that close, especially because Korean teams have shown very good week-to-week adaptation and preparation when it comes into a single matchup. And I think Smeb, while he looked not as great as he can be, I think he, throughout the tournament, should get better. So I'm more of a 75-25. I think EDG, due to variance, can take one game. So 3-1 for the Rocks Tigers.
All right, we'll see. Smeb's no pleb. It seems like a lot of you guys give credit to the top lane here. But for now, it is time for a week 2 round of this or that.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for this or that. I finally don't have dead weight on my team, and neither do you. Yes. This is going to be great. Okay, so if you don't know the rules, Riv is going to be holding up signs.
You mean Telestrator?
Yeah, Mr. Telestrator will be showing us a situation. We have to choose this or that. Hashtag frequin. Let's go. This or that. More epic showdown. SKT RNG or Rocks EDG.
Rocks EDG has to be. Pre-tournament favorite versus pre-tournament second favorite.
Yeah, but SKT are actually probably going to win Worlds. You know, that's a closer showdown.
I think it is. I think in the context of this world,
I already agree with you.
That is the more epic show.
Hey, why are you still talking?
And this is happening.
We chose that.
Sorry, that. Okay, I'll take this because Jet almost killed someone last time. Right.
Okay. Bigger surprise, H2K #1 or Albus Nox?
Albus Nox, yeah.
Like, this is surprising.
It is.
And impressive as all hell. Props to H2K, but oh my gosh.
First time ever a wild card team. The way they're playing, they're not even a wild card. So we're 2-0 for that.
Yeah. This or that. Better motivation, Chicago Ice Cream, New York Pizza.
I've never heard of Chicago Ice Cream from not being in the US. You're in the US and you don't know?
Yeah,
this is stacked.
And to be fair, also, Chicago Pizza better than New York Pizza.
Does Telestrator agree? Yeah, don't.
I mean, Telestrator is from New York. I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
Dude, also, it means winning your quarterfinal.
This isn't
so
fair.
that is much better motivation.
I'm getting a bit like salty.
That is 3-0, and we're tied.
That's not how it works, though.
Who will win lane? Ruler Core JJ, Sneaky Smoothie. I'll let you start. I have my answer. Come on. Or
Dude,
is it Ruler Ray?
JJ's been a monster.
Or is it Ruler Ray? Like, you can even do that. Because what if he doesn't even play?
That doesn't matter. The question is who will win lane if this is the lane.
I mean, but if he doesn't even play, he can't even win.
Listen, it's Core JJ. It's Core JJ's. I'm going Core JJ and Ruler.
You're going this?
I am. Because Core JJ's been a monster.
Yeah.
He's made the team look amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
So we're split?
I'm going to go with that. Sneaky and Smoothie, North American Pride.
I'm bored of this.
Yeah, whatever.
I just wanted to win. You wouldn't let me.
Vicar, LCS Disappointment, TSM G2.
Okay, so in the context of the whole year, it has to be G2.
It's definitely that.
In the context of the whole year, because of MSI and Worlds.
No, this is Worlds.
But
this is Worlds specifically.
Is it just Worlds specifically? Then TSM.
I'm making the call.
The top 4.
I mean, G2 got spanked and lost the entire group. At least TSM was close, right? And look, I get it. Like TSM came in, and this was like, hey, we think we can top 4 at
They
Worlds.
lost in a tiebreaker. They were never even going to be in a chance. So it's more disappointing because they were almost out.
I think this is
my logic.
This is a massive disappointment.
So we
this
split again.
is so
I'm going
shameful.
this.
And I'm like, look, yes, it's that. It's that.
You're wrong. It's
That
this.
is the bigger disappointment.
Wrong. Okay,
Better hair.
Better hair.
That.
PewDiePie at that.
That. Licorice
That.
by far.
Look how styled it is, how stylish.
Look, just because it's long doesn't mean it's luxurious.
Yeah.
PewDiePie just doesn't cut his hair. Licorice actually does a good job of like
Correct.
having sick.
And he's groomed, nice and clean
That's
around the sides there, you know.
That by far.
Yeah.
Sorry, cutie fans.
Yep, that's it.
All right, now, right or left hand, this or that?
That again, the watch. That's
Yeah,
for me.
that. There you go. That's it. So you stick around. We got Death Timers coming up next.
All right, now that this or that is done, it is time to jump into Death Timers. It's been a while since Crippo and I have done this one, so for you guys at home, the way it works, we're gonna have 30 seconds each to argue one side of a matchup in the quarterfinals. And I figure, seeing as though we're both European casters, H2K versus Albus Nox. Crippo, which side do you want?
Yeah, sounds like a good matchup. I'll take H2K.
Oh, why am I not surprised? All right, so I'm gonna take the advantage. You pick sides, I'll go second. So, Crippo, H2K in 3, 2, 1, go.
Bro, I think you made the wrong choice letting me pick a matchup because it's not going to be close whatsoever. Let's go by the laners. Ryu having the tournament of his life. Forgiven is the only Western player in the top 10 KDA players at Worlds. Oduwamne may as well rename to Gargamel after the nasty shit he's going to do to Smurf. And then if you look in the jungle, PvP Steos, please, you're going up against the First Blood King. He is born in PvP. It's going to be H2 what? H2KO. Complete smashing 3-0. I don't even think you need your 30-second switch out because it's going to be over.
Right, I'm not gonna lie. You've set the bar pretty high for this one, but I'll do the best that I can. I count myself in because you just dropped the mic. 3, 2, 1, Albus Nox. Right, so this is the champion from LCL, right? Do you remember the first team from Europe that truly ruled the world? I'm sure you do because they were stomping you every single time. This is the reimagining of Moscow 5. Licrit is a boss. He set the world on fire, both figuratively and literally. They reinvented what Poppy and Anivia can do on the Rift. And this is a team that is just continually surprising, continually stepping up. The best thing about it, H2K tilt so easily. Albus Nox Luna are going to put H... You knew where I was going with that one. So how do you think I did?
All right.
I'll leave it at that. You guys jump on Twitter, let us know who you think's going to win. Hashtag PTL win or hashtag Creppo win and quick win. That does it for Death Timers. We're going to jump into the top 5 plays from week 2 of Worlds with the Penta.
Sneaking in to number 5, it was AHQ's Albus with the surprising Baron steal.
Their jungler is still in the base here, so this is a little bit risky.
Certainly is. Tunnel comes back out there. No, there is none around the Baron pit. They have the damage to get it done.
Oh! He got it! Are you kidding me? Somebody blocks that counter Q! How can you let her do that? That's impossible! Vander's not tanking it. His team is like, Vander, come tank it. Vander wants to peel. Like, look what Vander's doing. Why? Where is he walking? Vander! Block the Q!
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Why?
151 damage.
At number 4, EDG's Scout unleashed his power against INTZ as he picked up a quadra kill.
The damage, the equalizer, Scout is on a rampage now! And they finish off Joxer, or look to do it in just a few more moments. Player love, and that's a double kill for Scout! They just keep on going! Talkers, he's trying for more, but Scout is just wrecking through the team. Clear love will fall, Scout will pick up the quadra! Can he get the final? No, he can't! Talkers with a big shutdown!
Dancing into number 3, Albus Nox Luna's stay host didn't need all 8 of his legs to showcase some fancy footwork.
Was it a prank? It was not. It's actually going to go in, but that's a flash force. Perks goes in, wants the big play. Going to wait for Elise to rappel back down. Misses that first Q with the snares in there, and Rise does more than enough damage. He's trying to cut around those Spiderlings, doing a nice job. Licorice comes back in! What a save!
Albus Nox Luna needed a miracle to turn the fight around in our number 2 play.
Tails jumped on again, Gorilla with a huge play, finds him with a pulverize, and now Miracle cutting it out, but he's actually going to get out of the way here. So much there, some more's going to pop, and Miracle still fighting in, needs the live steal. Smurf going to try and get down, they need to save the Smurf, gets him with the flash. He's alive! Gorilla gets denied by Smurf as well. Miracle, are you kidding me?
And at number 1, it was Forgiven with his triple kill to secure H2K's top spot in the quarterfinal.
They have the targets they need in their eyes. Pawn doing damage with the stars as he calls from above. And Forgiven's coming up huge. Those are 2 kills from Pawn. He's going to push Mako back.
That was monstrous.
Comes up. He spawns into it. Forgiven's the last one left. Mako's there to do what he can, but it's so mismatched, it probably won't be it. Forgiven alive, the triple kill for Forgiven, and it looks like H2K will seal the deal.
Forgiven, walking the walk, he's talking the talk. We'll see if he has any more left in him for the quarterfinals. Now, if you see a big play, or even better, an actual penta, then hit us up at LOL Esports with the hashtag #ThePenta, and we'll put it in next week's video. Now, before we go, I do want to take the time to announce the Riot Impact Challenge. No, we didn't just employ Cloud9's top laner to take everyone on, but that would be pretty sweet. We're partnering with Omaze to host a charity sweepstakes where your dollar can not only win you a trip to Barcelona for All Stars, but will also go to support 4 incredible charities that are doing fantastic work all over the world. Skins, swag, and merch will be available for those who participate. So if you want to make a real difference, head over to LeagueOfLegends.com where you can find out more about the campaign and how to participate. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me here on the lake of Lake Michigan as well. We're getting some deep dish later. Do not worry.
Definitely.
That's where we're headed after this. Thank you for tuning in. Before we leave, we're going to get ready to cast the quarterfinals. Let's throw it over to the road trip to Worlds as they head to Chicago.
Oh my god, why is this happening? First it was Nikki, then it was On1, then someone stole my RV. My mom's gonna kill me. What the?
You shall not pass!
Laser beams?
Crumbs? Is that you, dude? What are you doing out here?
You're the only guy that stopped. I need a ride to Chicago.
Yeah, you going to the quarterfinals?
I'm going there.
What, you and me road trip to
Let's do
quarterfinals?
it. Do you take my staff?
This is perfect.
All
Crumbs,
right.
you're gonna be my road dog.
Let's do it.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. How long have you been out here, dude?
You don't want to know.
Kind of bummed Dyrus and Odd1 left me, but I got you, man. I found you out here in the middle of nowhere, and it was meant to be.
But what happened with the RV? Their RV was a lot nicer, and you know this one's a little bit of a wonky-tonky.
Wait! Wait! Come on! No!
You don't want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, Crumbs? But we have this one, and I have you, okay? And we're gonna make it to the quarterfinals, and it's gonna be awesome. Halfway to Chicago, baby! Look at this place! It's beautiful! See, that's why they call you smarts, Crumbs. That's why they call you smarts.
Thanks.
Look at this! Ah! What?
It's just salt and dirt.
Whatever, man. It's beautiful. Look at all this salt. That's a lot of salt. After group stages, who do you think's saltier? North America or this lake?
NA.
NA for sure.
Saltier.
For sure they're
Yeah.
saltier.
I didn't want to bring this up right now.
Then don't!
But it's too beautiful to pass on the opportunity. I think that we need to bring somebody else into our equation.
What? No! It's you and me! Oh, come on, we're on our way to Chicago. It's you and me! We're bringing a third
He's
wheel?
great. You're gonna love him. He's not a third wheel. He's gonna join us.
No, this is like a Faker 2-title situation. He hasn't gotten the third title.
You got the wrong idea. I'm telling you, we'll be stronger after him. He's that cool.
You promise?
I promise. We'll come out stronger.
All right, let's get your friend. We're gonna bring him in the RV. It's gonna be the Three Musketeers. We're gonna take it to Chicago.
That's right.
Quarterfinals. Yes,
That's right.
Yes. You said he was gonna be cool. That'd be cool.
Dude,
He's not
he is cool.
Crumbs.
Man.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Gordon, man. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, so good to see you, man. I'm glad you stopped by.
Straight to Chicago. This
hey, I'm
is
Gordon.
Yeah. Late.
Oh, Yo, Worlds. We're road tripping to
We're
Worlds.
gonna do it.
This is
Excited
gonna
to
be-
see it?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Really can't wait, actually.
No, and it's gonna be so much fun too. Gordon Hayward, could you just pause for like a minute? Come here, come here, seriously, come here. No, it's me. What are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
You didn't say with Gordon Hayward of the Utah Jazz. You're setting me up for failure. And I'm a Lakers fan. Black Mamba.
Get it out of your
Anyone
head.
sees this,
Get out of here. Come on. Come on.
Sorry about that. That was kind of awkward.
That's all right. I understand what's going on. How about this? Let's make a deal. I got a hoop back there. Let's go play a little game of Worlds. Me versus you. If I win, I get to go on the road trip with you. If you win, I got some snacks, some waters. You can go without me. What do you think?
Snacks?
Snacks. I got a lot of snacks.
Okay, Gordon Hayward of the Utah Jazz.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Gordon Hayward. It's home court, and I'm a gentleman. I'm gonna give you first shot.
All right. Look, I like to call this one the Pantheon shot because I dropped this one from way deep.
In the RV, so yeah, I'm a little, it's a little tense. I didn't really stretch.
Of course.
I didn't stretch before this, but
Ow. Watch closely on this one, okay? This one is the ricochet. Bank shot, remember, it's got a bank.
Bang, rhymes with gang.
Ooh. Let's amp it up a little. This one I call the blinding dart. Ready for this?
Oh my God. Yeah, all right, yeah. Blinding dart, huh? It's the laser beam special right there.
Oh! That's another letter.
Oh! Is that regulation?
This is my global ultimate because I go around the world on this one. You dribble one way, then you spin around the other way. I mean, it's almost like you're on one side of the map, now you're on the other.
What do I have?
I think you are at WORL.
What are you at?
I got nothing. This one's called the Zigs because it's from deep downtown.
Oh my Lord!
I just can't miss right now.
You sure you were right here?
Right there.
Wasn't like you weren't at the line, right?
No,
you were back here, right?
Definitely a couple steps back.
Oh!
This one right here is for Worlds. All right. After this, just call me Darius.
Are you serious? Did you one-hand it or did you two-hand it?
That was two hands.
Behind that, did you
behind the head a little bit, yeah.
All right.
Oh.
It's not regulation, Gordon. That is not regulation. At my home court, I put him down.
Hey.
I put him down like all the time.
That was a good game. I had a lot of fun.
I appreciate that.
You know what? I think me and you are going to be spending more time together. We're going to Worlds.
It would be an honor to have you on my RV.
Hey, I'm still going to get those snacks too. What do you say?
What?
Yeah, let's go.
Get the snacks?
Let's do it.
Gordon Hayward of the Utah Jazz, you are a legend, my friend. All right, gentlemen, tunnel up, bring it in, right here. Okay, it's been the most awesome road trip ever so far. Now we got Gordon, okay? It's gonna be even more awesome. 3 of us going to Chicago, going to the quarterfinals, going to Worlds. It's gonna be amazing. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
You ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a quarterfinals on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Quarterfinals!
Gordon, my man, enjoy some of those snacks. We'll be back in a jiffy.
All right.
Woo. All right.
We did
Chicago, baby, amazing, we made it. Oh my God, you know what'd be so sweet? Let's just sneak in a deep dish pizza, you and me, right before the games.
I can't get that. I gotta catch the games.
All right, fine. I'm gonna get the pizza myself. I'll meet you at the quarterfinals.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Wait a minute, you turn the generator
That
off?
was your